Hi, I'm Ben Foster. You are watching That Wrexham podcast. Sorry I couldn't be on the episode today. Fletch has substituted for me. He's probably better than me anyway. And that is where I say that Notts County penalty.
Welcome back to That Wrexham podcast. I've still got my co-host here today, Stephen Fletcher.
Thanks for having me.
And today we've got the first team sports scientists or S&C coaches, Owen and Richard. Welcome.
Thank you.
Can you tell us about your dynamic at the club, like what you do and the dynamic between you two?
Yeah, so we're everything basically fitness related. So we go range from the gym, all the strength, power stuff you see there, and then everything on the pitch really. So running, sprinting, warm ups, the lot really. So
when you say like strength and power, like what do you mean by strength and power? So like what you're putting on sessions? Just purposely based on.
That's basically it. So put on sessions for each individual player. So they're obviously going to have different needs based on positional demands and the likes. So we tailor their sessions throughout the week. So whether it's like a Tuesday where they're doing lower body, like 4 days out from a game, or it's more power stuff on like a Thursday morning when we want them running quick, we want them being sharp and reactive. We do that Thursday morning before training, then a bit of upper body, core. There's loads of little different bits around that as well.
So would that be right in saying you create individual programs for each player as well?
Yeah, but then as a whole, really, I think in football, a lot seem to need like the same sort of foundation and fundamental strength.
So similar.
And then once you get to like the top of the pyramid, you start finding like little pockets of detail and like niche little bits. Yeah.
So like in actual, how would you structure a strength session? So like if you were doing strength on a Tuesday, like what would that look like? What would the session look like?
So it changes like throughout the season, depending like on fixture congestion and the like. So if we're on a free week, for example, that's more like heavy sort of training session in the morning, and then we go into big sort of compound lifts after lunch. So we'll go, everyone's either on a back squat, trap bar, K-box. Everyone starts on that main lift, but they're all sort of tailored to what they're either used to or what block they're on. And then we have your specific like hamstring work in that. You have your unilateral like single leg work. But yeah, that's basically it. Ranges from 6-7 exercises, about 25, 30 odd minutes.
And what about with like warm ups and bits like that? What are you kind of looking for in a warm up?
It's just to prepare them physically and mentally, really, for either the session or for the game. Each sort of warm up on each day is different based on what the coaches have planned for the session. So, for example, on a Friday, match day -1. So you're looking to just mentally prepare them, get them activated, get them stimulated for the game the next day.
And what about like a third? So go through the week then. So like, Is there, say you got a game Saturday to Saturday? How would that look like Monday, Tuesday, Thursday? I'm assuming with the Wednesday off. That is.
Yeah. Monday, there's 2 different training groups normally. Rich normally takes the lads who started on the Saturday. I'll take the lads who are training that day. So the lads who Rich take, it'll be a lot of hip mobility, a little bit of a feel of the ball, and then off to the pool for a bit of recovery. I'll take the lads who are training, so they'll do a little bit more on the ball, bit more acceleration, deceleration, get them fired up for the session pretty much. Tuesday will be a big extensive day, so what I mean by that is lots more running, high speed running, sprinting, a good like hour and a half session, so they need a bit more of a warm up than like a Monday.
I'll be the whole group back together as well.
The whole group back together, so we'll do a bit of plyometrics in the warm up, hopping, jumping, sprinting, change direction, curved running, things like that. Wednesday off. Thursday, Rich will do his power sessions, so they're a bit pre-prepped before that, and then the Thursday warm up. We've sometimes changed it. Sometimes we'll do the speed exposures, which you guys have done before, so the maximal sprinting 2 days before a game. But we've kind of changed it a little bit, so we'll do more change of direction work, short, sharp, ratting about work to try and reflect what they're going to do on that training session. And then Friday, like I said, is that sort of short, like 10 minutes max. Just get the lads up for it, fired up. More of a mental switch on, to be fair. We do a lot of reaction stuff, a lot of little races, just so they're then mentally prepared to, if the gaffer's going to do set plays or corner shape and things like that, make sure they're ready to do that, really.
Yeah.
And how does that tie into a match day warm up then? Is the match day warm similar or different?
Kind of maybe a blend of all of them put together, maybe, because we try and tick every single box, because they're going to be doing everything that they're doing during the week in 190 minutes. So we'll try and maybe a bit shorter because I don't want to fatigue them for the game. Probably about 12 minutes all in. I mean, everyone's probably seen the match day warm up. We go into one of us and then we go into the little mini bands, get the mini band working, and then back into us for some a little bit quicker work. But we start off with a bit of mobility, normal stuff, groins, quads, try and tick each muscle group off, sort of thing. Do our calf, do our hamstring, do our quads, and then into the mini bands. Bit more in there, then they come back in. That's when they'll open the legs out, fast feet, change direction. You guys are probably very fed up with that warm up.
I was going to say, see, with the warm ups, do you try and freshen them up during the week? Obviously, we're training a lot.
Yeah.
You try and change them up, but when I see match day warm ups, they're always the same. Is that just because
it's done on purpose?
That's what I was going to say. Is that done on purpose?
Yeah, just because we've done it sometimes before, probably by accident, where one of us have forgotten something, like, because we have like an order that we do the exercises in, and one of us will have forgotten one. But like every single player knows when you've forgotten in the one order.
I think I was probably one of the players that
and like,
caught on to that.
Well, we've done that in one order, and it's like we're still doing the same exercises, just because like obviously you guys know a lot more than anyone how superstitious they can be when something's not done in that order.
Talking of superstition, who did you use to stand behind in the warm up every single week?
Yeah. That's weird, yeah. And I used to realise that Jack Marriott used to stand behind me.
And I never knew that.
Yeah, it was just weird. I always used to have to go.
I would,
if I was at the front,
Crazy,
I would actually Toze, get in front of me and put him in front of me.
Why though?
And we did our bands together.
We would do our bands together. We'd do our leg swings.
It took me a little while to realise what Fletch was doing. Like honestly, I was so in my own like zone, and then it would be like, oh, Fletch is behind me again, or then he stood next to me doing the band work.
That's weird because I didn't realise I was that superstitious till I came to Wrexham, and then because I'd done that, and I think you'd mentioned it one time, like laughing, and then I realised even in the changing room I do quite a lot of stuff, like left side first, then my right side, then I realised I was very superstitious.
I don't think I'm properly, apart of maybe one or two. Rye Hardy's probably, I don't know, even he's superstitious. Like everyone has their own.
They've got their own little one, haven't they?
Yeah.
But it's a lot. But if there's a little change to that, then they're like, oh no, something's going wrong, or it needs to be like dead on that.
So your warm up on a match day will be the same every match day.
Pretty much. Yeah.
That's the challenge for us though, especially at the start, where so we've already got like a warm up template in place, but then we have to get it exactly the same. So if I travel away and Owen's like staying here with like injured and rehab players, or vice versa, then we have to go through the exact same routine.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the lads are like, oh no, like this is there, and we need to be doing this at the start, and it's like,
Did you know what we're like? We will blame you before we blame ourselves if something goes wrong.
yeah,
That's what players are like.
yeah, literally.
And you'll travel away and you'll stay at home. Will you just switch that over, or?
Yeah, pretty much. We just swap every away game. So at home games, we're both on the pitch, both doing the warm up, both getting around the lads, and then an away game, we just alternate them. So I'll do an away game. Rich just said then he'll stay behind any players who haven't travelled, any injured players, he'll do the rehab, and for the next away game, we'll just swap it. So then I'll be in on the Saturday doing the rehab. You'll be at the game.
And you can just plan your weekends accordingly then. Perfect.
Yeah, we plan it all at the start of the season. So
Yeah.
So you were both here when the old gym was here, yeah?
yes.
Yes.
And
Tried to
obviously
forget about
we've spoken to Kev about it, the new gym and the old gym, how different it is. So like with the equipment in the new gym, how has that evolved? Even since I've left, it looks like
you just need to explain to me what the old gym was because I wasn't here then.
You've not seen a picture of it, sure.
I haven't.
It's
No.
probably as big as.
Is it in the same place?
Yeah, it's probably as big as this table, maybe.
Is it in the same place?
No,
though?
it's where their office
it's,
is now.
The office.
off
that
the physio
size.
room.
Yeah.
Was the gym?
Yeah.
I did not know.
And it had
that.
less in it than this room has in now.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, it had a couple of Swiss balls. That was about it, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, nice.
The problem with that is though, it puts at the pecking order, like lads, the gym is so bad, so that's not going to be that important then. Because like if it was important, it's going to be good, big, got good equipment in. If it's in that little room, surely it can't be that good. Like
I'm
important.
guessing that then restricts what you can do for the lads as well.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like, where do you see the biggest improvements in the club then? The gym.
I'd say the gym now. Like
Yeah.
what we can do now, it has opened so much more doors, and sort of the detail that we can go into. Like Rich said, the lads' individual programs and stuff. It's just unlocked so many different avenues for us that we can use now in the gym. Like
Yeah.
we can do so much now with the gym, and lads are really buying into it now. They love all that gym work. Like Rich said, on the Thursday morning power sessions, they're probably the most popular, I'd say, where the lads really just buy into it.
We
and
were
just
speaking about that earlier.
love
The
moving
buy-in's
quick.
massive for you
Yeah.
too, isn't it? In
Yeah.
the gym,
Yeah.
because we've all seen it. I've seen it over my career that lads will just like go into the gym and it's just literally like stand at the back, pretend they've done a set and not.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
what I seen from here, that you had a lot of buy-in from all the boys, didn't you?
Yeah, and I think that's really important to get from like the get-go. But as soon as you get one or two, and then that buy-in's infectious.
Yeah,
You see him doing it, and they're doing like well on a Saturday, and they're performing. Like, shout out to Max, because he's bought into it from day one, and you can see him now like physically just getting better and better.
Because
And
you
better,
can do a bit of both, can't you? You can buy him, but you
Yeah.
can also have like Elliot Lee would do every set he had to do, but then he would put a performance on for us as well. Do you know what I
He
mean?
needs
Which
good-
we like.
good music.
Should we
to be
talk
able
about,
to-
should we talk about the Elliot Lee and
I think
Andy
we
Cannon
should,
performances, actually? now
Why
you're
not? Why
thinking
not?
about it.
Listen, they've done their work. You have to give them the due. Maybe
They
took a
do
little
their
bit
work.
longer than the other lads, but
I don't mind it.
but
I
they
don't
put
mind
on
it.
a great performance. Let's
They
be
did.
honest.
They
Am I
did.
right in saying you had to split them up? Because you
Yeah.
remember the gym
So
session?
we got to the point.
Yeah.
You'd have
Two
to have a
groups.
split group.
Yeah.
But they were very like we were talking about being infectious. They would get you involved. You couldn't help it
100%, yeah.
when we else hips started going.
Even
then
if you didn't want to be involved, with
Yeah.
Andy would get people who didn't want to be involved.
Yeah.
That camera,
you could be doing a plank, and
Yeah.
Andy would be doing that plank with you.
Yeah, yeah,
And
with
away
you,
we
yeah.
would be
In tandem, yeah.
yeah.
that camera's seen some things in that gym. The corner of the CCTV camera. If you could just go through that,
Oh, you
like,
shouldn't
it's
have
like
said
a
that.
house.
Yeah, yeah.
That'd
It's
be-
got
I've seen a lot.
something. Maybe that's something you can try and get behind.
That's it.
Elliot in just his pants.
That's what you'll see a lot. You'll see that a lot. Yeah.
Who would you say, like, so obviously you're talking about buy-in and stuff. Are there any like metrics that you would use to measure how people are doing compared to other people, or even people's individual metrics throughout the season? What would you?
Yeah, so we've got like a good one we do now. It's got like a leaderboard up there. So when we're testing hamstring strength, for example, through a Nord board, like the Nordics, it's the leaderboard's literally just on your left.
What's
there.
a Nord board? Sorry, like so.
So
what?
you basically, it's like it measures sort of knee dominant hamstring strength, where you're lying on your knees, almost like if you're in a praying position, and you just fall in. There's cuffs on the back of your ankles. You basically you've got to try and resist falling.
And is that for your?
All hamstring.
Hamstring,
All
yeah.
hamstring, that
Yeah.
is. So we have that, and then that leaderboard being there is like a little incentive which gets updated like every week.
It got very competitive,
And
didn't it, last
yeah,
season?
it does.
Lads are bang into it
Yeah.
now.
Very
Like,
competitive.
really into it, they'll properly go for it because they think, well, if I can get on that next bit of the leaderboard and then I can have a go at my mate because
Yeah.
I'm ahead of him. Like,
Yeah.
especially this
Yeah.
season, there's some lads who are really into it. Yeah,
You kind of see it at the end of last season, couldn't you? It was probably put up. It wasn't put up at the start of last season. Was it? It was
No,
kind
I
of
think
halfway
it's- yeah,
through.
I
halfway
remember
through.
saying it to you
Halfway
about
through.
having a leaderboard and like
Yeah.
how much it would motivate.
Old
what
Toze's
I-
idea.
Yeah,
No,
it was
no,
all
no,
Toze's,
no,
yeah.
no.
No, I
Dropping
do,
numbers.
but my excuse was I
There's
was
a plaque
rubbish.
above it.
I was
Ben
rubbish.
Toze's idea.
I was rubbish in the gym. I used to say, "Oh, yeah, put a 2-touch leaderboard up there
Yeah.
and see who wins that." It'd never be me either.
Long throw for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, you never helped me work on that. What exercises would you give me to work on that then?
Med ball slams, isn't it?
Med ball slam.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We had you doing a few of them.
We had, yeah, but
Got
my
an extra
shoulder
few
was already,
yards.
my shoulder was
Hey,
buggered
you
by
might
then.
get a Prem if you come back. You know, it's coming back.
Oh,
in.
Yeah, they said my hip would be
Brentford.
best it's ever been.
Right,
So
yeah,
hey,
yeah.
Brentford,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they're allowed towels in the Prem. You're not allowed them in the FL. So
That's true.
yeah, give me that. Who would you say like is that out of the players? Then who's the most? Who gives you the biggest buy-in or the most determined player?
Well, Rich mentioned Max then. But
Yeah.
with Max, it's not even that we're having to drag him up in the gym and say, "Oh, Max, come and do this extra." He just wants to do extras all the time. Harry Ashfield's a bit similar to that now, where
Yeah,
he
he
just wants to do extras at the end of sessions. So
Yeah.
he'll grab Rich, can I work on some power? Can I do this? Can I do that? And it's not like we're saying, come on, it's like time for your gym session, like bugging them. It's like they want to be there and they want to do as much as they can.
Who's
Yeah.
in the top three all the time? Who's up there? Someone must be up.
Yeah,
His
who are the
name's
boys-
up there all the
who's the
time.
boys-
Max
to
is
beat?
up there all the time.
I know who tries to be up there all the time. I could probably name him.
You don't have to name him.
No, we don't have to name him. Who always wants to be at the top, but slowly he's just dropping down the leaderboard.
To be fair,
Hey, it
I've
comes
got
to
a
us all.
name.
It
Yeah,
comes
it
to us
does.
all.
He does. He's
he
getting
is
on.
up there. Yeah, he's up there. A lot.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like James McLean. Like,
Yeah. I knew that's what, yeah.
a lot of the time. To be fair to him,
If he's not, he'll just put himself up there.
Yeah.
I done that last night in my gym.
Yeah. Yeah, 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Trying to think who else would be up there.
Jump tests. Who's up
Arthur.
there? Is it Big Arthur?
just Arthur.
Say Arthur and Brunty.
Brunty's
Brunty's
He's got a
up there.
spring in it.
people
some
trying to
elite
spring
leap
on
on
it.
him. Like,
Yeah.
Who would you say is that the most athletically gifted then? So
All
we-
round.
I'd say Arthur's up there. Arthur's one of the quickest in the squad.
Really?
Which you wouldn't think of it.
Mm.
But because he's
Get him off the
obviously
line. I don't mean that.
because the way he moves, he doesn't look as the most like natural.
Mobile, natural. Yeah.
But is whenever we do the sprint testing, so at the start of every pre-season, we'll do a full testing battery. We'll do like 20-meter sprint tests.
Is he up there?
He
Yeah.
wins them most of the time. Like
Is that because of his? Is it his
Just
gait?
his limb
Like,
length,
the
like
way
he
his
he's-
just
stride
one
length.
big step and he
Yeah,
just
and
gets there.
he's-
I don't know.
yeah.
But
So even with that then, so you do the sprint test. When you describe obviously when you're coming back pre-season, you're testing the lads, like what are you looking for? Like what are the main things you're looking for?
Yeah. So when if we go back to when they leave, sort of April, May time, we give them like an off-season program, and that's one thing that's changed over the last sort of 4 or 5 years that I've been here. The detail that we can go into now with the off-season program. So we give all the players. We used to just do it on like an app where they can track the running, but now we give all the players their own GPS pod, the little sports bra that they wear. So we give them their old GPS pod. Me and Rich over the off-season, May and June, will download all the data every single day, so we know exactly what they've done every single day, and we'll put together an off-season program with the help of the other guys in the physio room, and kind of make it a bit bespoke to each player and each position. Say if you're a right back, you're going to be doing different things to what a centre half doing, for example. And when we come back into the pre-season, we've got all the pre-season testing battery to test, like the yo-yo test, the bleep test, as other people have called it before, to look at their aerobic fitness, sprint testing, change direction testing, jump testing, sort of things like that to see where they're at, and then we can kind of plan the pre-season from that. So if someone's come back and they're in really good nick, okay, they might not need to do as much as another player who's come back in not so good nick.
Are you seeing the boys coming back now in a lot better shape than they were when you first started in football? You know what I mean? I feel like they're doing a lot more themselves
almost
now.
Too much sometimes.
Yeah, there is a fine line between like you need to take your rest, but I feel like we were speaking about it earlier, like we used to have 6 weeks off. We would take 6 weeks off, you know, like I'm talking 15, 20 years ago.
Full body shutdown.
Like I was on holiday for 6 weeks. You know what I mean? Well, now it's like
that's what it's for.
But now you see the boys maybe taking like 5 days to a week off, and then they're just straight back in it. And
but I think as well with that, as you get older, you do feel it. You feel it different. It's more like your joints and things. Like if you're not keeping that muscle mass, I guess you'll know better than I. But then you're really putting yourself on the back foot.
I feel like it's became like a bit of a fear for the boys now that I don't want to come back.
Correct.
Being
back of the running group.
Back of the running group. They don't want to be embarrassed, so they're almost. They've got a fear where I've took too many days off. I'm just going to batter it now.
I used to get anxiety. Anxiety before you come back, and you'd be like, "I'm going to be nowhere near. I'm going to be so far off.
Have I done enough?
Have I done enough?" And then it's you get the bleep test, and it's literally like you're shaking before the bleep test. Aren't you? You are. You're thinking, I can't be first out. I
actually just throw an injury, and the day before we came back, I was all right.
Seen that a lot. They know that better. That's why you're not here anymore, mate.
As far as the top 3 days, I'd say the first day of pre-season is probably my favourite day. Just doing all the running testing, all the yo. You're seeing the pure fear in everyone's eyes before we do the yo-yo test.
I think it doesn't matter what age you are and what stage of your career you're at. You could be the young boy coming in, or you could be the oldest guy. You are like. Shaking. You're like you've got that horrible feeling of like, oh no, brilliant. That yo-yo test or that bleep test.
Because we were into like 2 groups on them days. So obviously one group would do the yo-yo test first, and then the next day the other group are coming in. They're like, oh, what did they get?
What did they get?
And we're like, can't tell you. And they're trying to like message each other and like.
What? Oh, so you wouldn't tell them?
No, you can't.
What? Like, any particular reason?
I think it stemmed from JJ and Jimmy.
I can't remember exactly.
Because they both wanted to be like, top dogs.
Who won that one actually in the end?
Well, it's a bit of a touchy subject, I don't know.
I think JJ won that.
I think JJ, I can put my opinion out there.
Don't say that out loud, because Jimmy will go and do that
tomorrow. If he's watching this, I didn't say
He's out there doing it now.
Yeah.
So we're saying about there having 6 weeks off. What would be like the ideal break you would actually give your body?
I think we work off, so what do we do, like 3 weeks?
We normally try and do a 2-week complete shutdown where we say, lads, just put your feet up, relax, let your body, just your muscles and your joints, like you said before, just have a bit of time off. And then we normally do like a week. It depends on the size of the off season.
Yeah.
If you're going to get 8 weeks off, we can do the 2 weeks, but if you've only got like a 4-week off season, because you see now teams in the Premier League with the Club World Cup, lads are getting like 2 weeks off. But if we get the full 8 weeks off, we'll go 2 weeks shutdown, another 2 weeks re-intro to like your golf, maybe like a bit of paddle. A lot of lads are playing that now. Just a little bit of that, and then we'll kind of build it back up again and just do like some slow, more aerobic type runs, just like a plod. Go out and plod for 25 minutes, just get that base built back up again, and then kind of make it more position specific from there. Yeah, because I think it's important as well. The players are getting treated. They're going to Vegas, and you guys are obviously getting your just rewards by going away to where is it you went last year? We went
Dubai was last year, but that was like top of the that was like special.
Yours is half like a golfing trip, isn't it?
Yeah,
like you got a lot of golf players. You play golf most days, don't you? But then obviously you get to
Yeah.
Obviously,
Yeah.
being in Dubai, you've got a lot of nice restaurants,
it's
nice
incredible.
bars. So
Yeah, no, it's, I mean, unbelievable. Like the reward that you get. I mean, second to none. It's like I'd never go to Dubai on my own. So to get that
for
opportunity
us as
was
players
great.
to obviously get to Vegas, but you do just as much as we do. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, like we always say that the staff here are unbelievable what they've done for us, and for us to be able to go away and then you not actually get somewhere to go, we would be like, it wouldn't sit right with us anyway as players. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You would want.
absolutely.
It's
You
a nice
deserve it
feeling
as
when
much
we're
as
out there
us.
though, and you're like, we have like because we don't pat ourselves on the back like too much, and it is all like players, and then, rightly so. But then you're out there and it's like, actually, this is a big achievement what we've just done.
You just can kind of
as
sit
a
back and be
group
like,
as well.
Because it's a team, isn't it?
It's
Yeah.
nice getting
100% team on the
everyone
pitch.
together as well. Like
Yeah.
for them 3 or 4 days, all the staff are together.
away from an intense kind of.
Yeah.
You're in that your office and there's a lot of bodies in there,
Yeah.
and it's quite
Yeah.
intense. You're
Yeah.
all doing your own thing. To be actually in a relaxed atmosphere of being away and kind of sit back and be
It's a
like,
nice dynamic to
season.
have with all the staff,
It
really,
is.
because I know a lot of clubs don't have that,
Mhm.
where all the staff get on like that and we're able to do things like that. I think it's quite nice.
I think that's a contributing factor, the fact that we have been away, and it then brings back this
Yeah.
bond the next
Mhm.
season, and then the next season after that, and it makes us even tighter as a staff group.
I
which
think
we see
quite a
every
lot of
day.
places you go to, you see obviously your office, you're all in the same office, which
yeah.
I think it's a good thing, because I think if you go to other clubs and yous might be put away somewhere, the physios would be there.
Yeah,
But
right
yous are
there,
all
yeah.
quite a tight knit
Yeah.
group, which
Yeah.
was like, do you know what I mean? You
Yeah.
go
You
and
have
do
to
your
be.
own thing, but then
Yeah.
you all meet back up in
Mm.
that office, which is good.
You have to be the amount of time that kind of spending away, like you say, you're going away there. That's like a treat, and then you got like, your pre-season tours, which again is very,
Intense.
very intense,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Mm.
Like, but like, how much planning do you guys do around that, like around the pre-season tours? Like, because of course I saw it this summer about Australia and New Zealand and periodization
Yeah.
towards training. How do you kind of like get around that with all the traveling and games?
That's a tough one. That's by far, in my opinion anyway, like the toughest few like weeks in the season. And everyone thinks, oh, Australia, New Zealand, that's amazing, but the planning behind those sort of trips is mental with all the travel and whatnot. And that falls back into the off season as well. Like if we're saying that we need to be well rested, then and we've got to go, but we know we're back in and we've only got 2 weeks to build up then to go to Australia and be playing like competitive matches. It's like you have to sort of ramp up in the off season pretty
Yeah.
quick.
I'm guessing injury prevention would have been massive out there for that, with the amount of travelling you've done.
100%.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
with all the jet lag,
Yeah.
like lads are not sleep, getting 2 hours sleep for the first when we first arrive.
Yeah.
Lads aren't sleeping at all. So then we're thinking, okay, the next day's training, we can't maybe go as hard as we normally would with a session back in
Yeah, of
back in
course,
Wrexham
yeah.
because of the jet lag. But I mean, there's things we can do in the gym, like what Rich does, like with the injury prevention stuff that all lads buy into. And like Rich said, with the off-season program as well, we've kind of built that base. That's why we give the GPS pods to them, so we know exactly what they've done. They've all hit like above 90% of their max speed.
Yeah.
They've all hit these numbers that we want them to hit. that we
You know
told
they
them
can
to-
get there.
So,
You
we
know
know
they've
that
been there
we know
already.
that they've been there already, so they're prepared to go and play a game
Mhm.
from
Yeah.
what they did in the
But
off-season.
you know as well, going away on the pre-season tours, you got game, travel, train, game,
Yeah,
travel.
Mhm.
Like that's almost impossible to.
yeah,
You know, what are you prioritising there? Really, you got
Yeah.
game, rest,
yeah.
but then you need to, as you say,
Your rest is your travel day, so you
Yeah.
can't really like you both know,
100%, yeah.
Yeah,
and you have to like get up early and then
It was
get on
tough
the bus.
enough in
and-
America with the travelling, but
Yeah.
I obviously heard that Australia there was a lot more travelling again,
Yeah.
so you can only imagine
Yeah.
how like difficult for you it was being kind of having to be careful about what you put on for the boys. You know what I mean?
And it's so easy then in those trips to fall into the, oh, I'm tired, or oh,
Yeah.
aren't you really tired? And it's like, yeah, I'm a bit tired actually.
Yeah.
It's like,
it's contagious, isn't it?
I'm guessing it'd
Yeah.
been easier for you
So-
to fall in as well and say, but it is pre-season. Do
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And maybe not being as careful because you're like, right, but lads, it's going to be tough. It's
Yeah.
pre-season,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, then you'd have to take into consideration the travelling and all that as
Mhm.
well.
yeah,
yeah.
You know, like obviously when you got academy players and stuff coming up, how do you help them transition into the first team environment? Because obviously their load's going to be.
Yeah, so it's so different. Like I say, a perfect example of the last couple of years is Aaron James and Harry Ashfield, and it actually works out with the academy because they wear the GPS pods too. They actually probably do overall distance more than the first team were doing because you two remember as
Yeah,
a youth
we
team
did,
you just
yeah.
get beasted, you
Yeah.
just run.
Yeah, yeah.
So they end up doing more. The physicality is different, and you can see, like Rich said, with Max when he first came up to the first team years ago, obviously he was nowhere near the size he is now. So it's not something that happens overnight. It does take a while to sort of build up to it. But no, I think like Ashy's doing great for example. All the lads.
He looks like he's fouled out a lot more, actually, from what I've
getting
seen
there.
of him.
He's getting there. I mean, our nutritionist Danny is helping a hell of a lot with
Yeah.
that. I mean, that's something as well what we didn't mention. Like with the pre-season trips, the last couple we haven't had Danny there, but he's taken a whole load off what we used to do nutritional wise.
Yeah.
So he's helping Ashy out tenfold with all the creatine and protein and just making sure he's on it every single day.
Aaron James was
that's
his own
helping a lot.
specimen, wasn't he? He was always...
Yeah.
He's just
He knows what to
freak of
do.
nature.
That's
You
a
could
swimming-
leave him to his own...
That's a swimming
Yeah.
background, isn't it?
Yeah.
He does a lot of swimming. You
Is
remember?
it,
Yeah,
you'd say he's
Is he-
educated, wouldn't
yeah,
you, really?
just a bit.
Yeah.
But like, if it feels like, say there's any kids listening to it right now, yeah, what would be the one thing you'd say that they would have to focus on or do to help themselves get themselves ready for what you're calling like elite?
Question.
Good question. Big question.
'Cause I've got a son myself. And,
I'm,
you know,
I'm biased.
Because they're starting
Go
out, you're calling an elite player now, they're starting so young. You can be 16 and 15, 16 and be in first team football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they need to be at that level, really, probably younger than what we had to be.
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah.
So
yeah.
like you were saying, I've got a 10-year-old and you're thinking, I'm like, I don't really know what to do with you.
Yeah,
I would just, because I just went and played football, but
Yeah.
it's all changing.
I think it
Yeah.
depends what age you are, because I think if you're that young, it's just for me, it's just about enjoyment. And if you get too much into it, you get burnt out when you hit
Yeah.
15 and you hate
Yeah.
football,
Mhm.
and you don't want it. Like you get.
So would you say like at a certain age you shouldn't be doing anything, or just do it?
And I think
just
just do it do as much sport as possible. Don't just do football.
Yeah.
Do like gymnastics. Do this. Do
Build
that.
up the core strength for
Everything.
gymnastics and stuff. I've done gymnastics.
Just do
when I was
my
everything
little
for
boy's
me.
doing
Don't just do
gymnastics.
football like rugby, cricket, everything. Just develop their movement skills, and then you can kind of specify
They'll
as
find
you
their
get a little
path
bit
then, won't
older.
they, of what they
Yeah,
want
exactly.
to do.
Because have you seen Ilman and Jai's videos of the stuff that he used to do, or he's been doing?
With his Crocs on. I saw a video with his
No.
Crocs on.
No, I don't even know if you'll get a video of it, but you will do. He's doing stuff with the Swiss ball and like twisting and turning. But have
I
you
did
seen
see
how,
that against the wall when he's holding
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
I did
yeah.
see that.
Oh,
I did
I
see
know
that.
what you mean.
Yeah, I
you
remember
probably
seeing
wouldn't even entertain that now, would you? You'd be like, hang on a sec, risk of injury. kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I mean, every athlete's different, aren't they? So what works for one athlete won't work for another athlete. So you might see, like, for example, perfect example, James McLean. If you look at what he does, and if you got another player to do that, you'd be like, well, don't do that.
Oh, I couldn't do it,
because he's like,
Jesus.
No.
And
I
I
don't
feel
think
like
I
I'm
it's so
like
different.
kind of similar to what he's like, but I
Yeah,
still
yeah.
couldn't do what he done.
Absolutely. But
Yeah,
he's been
everyone's
doing that
different.
his whole life,
Yeah,
and
but
so his
that's
body's
exactly,
accustomed to it.
I feel like if you says to me now, or maybe the last year of my career, like, let's do what James does every day, I'd have, by Christmas, I'd have been like, I'll see you later.
Christmas,
Hanging
you
up
got
a
that
bit.
far?
Yeah, well, I was just giving myself a wee...
out of the squad, and maybe even in the past, who would you say is the most knowledgeable player that you've worked with?
In terms of like gym or football or everything.
Jim, I'd
Jim.
say Jim and S&C.
I'd say like you mentioned Aaron James. Then,
Yeah.
Like did he get like 4 A stars at A level in like physics, biology, chemistry, something crazy like that? So he's got the knowledge already of like how the body works
Yeah.
physiology wise. So if he says something, he's oh yeah, I know how that works. I get that. So that's one I'd say.
You got your level 3 PTs. They always try and like chip in. I think you got.
Can you name any of them?
Yeah, I can.
Oh, go on.
George Evans.
Can I name one? I don't know if he is or not.
Yeah.
Dan Scar.
That's what I was going to
Sky.
say.
Oh, that's not. I was going to.
That's what I was going to say.
I forgot
Scar
about
was
that
mine.
one.
Who are you gonna say?
Kiefer.
Big Keith.
I think Kiefer used to
Has he
do.
got his...
Yeah, he's got his
I think
PT.
he used to do quite a bit on it. To be
Yeah,
fair.
don't mind it.
Jake Hyde. I think
Yeah.
He do.
Yeah, I do,
Well, he's
yeah.
got his own...
he's got his own
Yeah.
company.
Yeah.
So it's, yeah.
What about the one who left in the summer?
I don't know if he was knowledgeable in it.
No,
but he had a lot of questions to ask.
He
and a
would
lot
certainly
of-
go away and Google everything
come
and come
on.
back in with the answers for everything.
But that's when he started the season, he didn't look the way he ended.
Have you got that one?
No, I'm not sure.
Come on.
I mean, you're talking
Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide. Oh, you talking about... Sorry, I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about someone else.
Who's Mr.
I'm talking about
Worldwide?
Boyley. He would ask a lot of questions, wouldn't he? Like,
No, yeah,
he would
yeah.
basically...
Sponge.
What you said, he would question it.
Yeah,
even
but I
though...
like
you
that.
want to.
Just to question
But
it.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
if you can't
Challenging
answer that question, then why do it
Exactly.
anyway?
Yeah.
You got to be able to have the
100%,
rationale for
yeah.
it. But no, I like
But
that.
when you would you'd be speaking to a group, you would see the group then leave to go and do it, and Boyle would still be standing like, so why are we doing that?
The one I was thinking of was Ollie.
Oh, yeah.
Ollie, yeah. He loved, yeah.
So who would you say has been the hardest then? The hardest person to get in the gym to do anything?
He just named them.
To do anything, that's...
Depends.
What you want them to do, not what,
What
they
I
want
want
them,
them to
do.
not what they want to do.
It depends because some players haven't done gym before and they've had really good seasons without doing gym. So then if they come to us and we're trying to say, oh, let's do gym, but they said, well, I've just like played so well last season, I didn't do gym. Why would I do gym now? So it's tough. There's been a couple of players like that. It's just.
To be fair, I was always a bit like that. I was a bit like
that.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it completely.
Yeah. I didn't want to start
something.
something during the season,
Of course,
because like I feel like it's interrupted. But then I guess maybe I wasn't educated enough.
The big thing was like doing, say, upper body on a Thursday. And it's like, oh, I don't want to do uppers because it will make me big and slow and that old like thing.
Mine was my shoulder though.
Your shoulder,
yeah.
You
So
always just
I
throw
couldn't
that in
do
there.
too much upper bodies because my shoulder for the 48
Yeah.
throw-ins
I was
I
a
was going
pure
to do in
opposite.
the first
I
half.
loved going into a game with DOMs. With
That's
upper
what I
body
mean.
DOMs.
I don't know why
I
you
loved
wouldn't love
having
that
upper body
feeling.
I feel like
DOMs.
you've worked hard.
Yeah.
I
remember-
like pump.
Yeah, it's going in with a pump
Yeah.
on and like going into a game. I would do gym.
That's
on
your
a Friday.
game, though, isn't it? That's
Yeah,
your
yeah.
like.
I wanted
get
to
off.
bully. I wanted to bully people.
Yeah.
I remember one player, Aaron Hayden. He used to anything in the gym had to be football specific. So like
I hate that
anything,
one.
it had to be. If you don't do that movement on a pitch, he wouldn't do it in the gym. So if we ask him to do a deadlift, he's like, when am I going to do that on the pitch?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
a squat, when am I going to do that? So we have to make everything
Yeah.
look like it was on a pitch.
Right.
So if he's holding a defender off, we'd be like having weights and like trying to
yeah.
on the cable machine, trying to do things like that.
I love it.
That was
I love
one-
it.
that was
It's
one
just pure random.
It
I
was
love
like that in Vegas, right? You throw an ice cube up and he'd jump up and head it. It literally was.
That's how I put my ice in the drink.
Yeah.
It's got to be football specific.
Azza, come here, do that.
Brilliant.
They jump higher than anyone else, wouldn't they? Right, is it a well-known thing that players start popping up for the summertime body?
That is a common theme. I think a lot more mats come out for a bit of core and a lot of free weight dumbbells get used. A lot of
Yeah.
arms, biceps
A
get
lot
hit.
of bicep
but
curls. We buy into it though, like so the last 2 seasons we've been lucky enough to get promoted before the season's ended. So say if we got promoted, I think where did we get promoted? Who was it at home here? Was it Forest Green?
Yep.
And the season before that,
Oh,
I can't remember where else it
Yeah.
was. But there was a few more games to go. We were already up, so we put on like Vegas
club.
sessions.
Oh, beach clubs.
I think,
Yeah,
I
I
think we
remember
wrote,
you doing
we,
that. Yeah,
we
yeah.
wrote on the
Club
board like
music,
Vegas
Vegas
Beach
session.
Club Vegas sessions. It was just all like bicep curls, core, and the lads just loved it. They bought into it. We had like Rich had like the beach club music on, like that summer house music, and we had like sessions like that focused towards.
But how good is that they're doing that to get the
Yeah.
buy-in rather
They
than just
do.
being
To
like.
be fair,
like,
I'll
let
give
them do
you
it.
to both of you. When we used to come up to the gym, you kind of like led the session with the music choices, the morale, getting boys in,
Got it.
and then you would get your Elliot Lee's buying in, your Andy Cans, and I
Yeah,
know
yeah.
sometimes you were like have to split the two up because
Yeah.
they could be bumping and grinding on each other with the
Yeah.
music. But it was good though, wasn't it? Like
Yeah.
Elliot
Yeah.
would do a set and then he'd be up on the podium doing his little
Yeah.
thing that he
his little
does.
jig.
Yeah, his little
Jig,
jig.
yeah.
Who was bad for that? Boyley was on it. I think he had a wedding coming up in the summer as well.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
So
Oh,
he
yeah.
jumped. I know
Yeah.
you were
And-
doing smashing your Metcons at
Yeah, I
the
was
time as
smashing
well.
Metcons, yeah.
Like every morning, Boyley tried to get involved.
Yeah,
and
yeah. Am I right?
To be
in
fair,
saying
even in
that?
my last year, I did because I wasn't playing. You kind of feel like how can I get my hit?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot
so-
before training.
Quite a lot of boys
sometimes.
doing that, didn't they? The ones that kind of want in and about the team
Yeah.
started like just you know what I'll go
But
to
then
the
you
gym.
kind of like latch onto each other, and you can form like a little bit of a
Yeah,
club,
yeah.
and then
Yeah.
that's only
Yeah.
good,
Yeah.
isn't it?
we had a little
Yeah,
Metcon
yeah.
group, didn't we? That used to just like
Yeah.
battle them. I knew I was only going on for 20 minutes. I was all right.
Yeah.
We were just doing Metcons
It
constantly.
was Elliot that was getting with you, and he's playing every minute.
no, Elliot would just come and sit and watch us. Come on, boys, keep going.
Distract you, yeah.
Little puppy dog. Right, we'll
Yeah.
finish with a couple of quick fire questions. Do you want to go with that one?
Who was the strongest in the team? Uppers and lowers. You can go
Ever.
like you can do if there's uppers and then lowers, or if someone was basically
Sam Dolby's up there.
Dobbs is up there.
Strong
Dolby's
boys.
up there.
Uppers.
Strong
Uppers, but like hamstrings were so strong on that Nord board that Rich
Yeah.
mentioned.
big
He
boy.
was,
To be fair, isn't he?
he was
Yeah.
strong
Yeah.
on
Big
that.
boy.
And on
What about quickest? Quickest player you've seen at this club?
Jacob Mendy,
Yeah.
I think.
Is he-
Mendy,
did he
Can I
get the
challenge you
quickest-
on that?
There you go.
Tyler French.
Tyler French is up there. Ryan Barnett's up there now.
Any of the new lads that come in?
Ryan Hardy's
Ryan
up
Hardy.
there.
Yeah.
He's quick.
Yeah. Isa's got it in him somewhere. We just
Isa.
waiting
Yeah,
for that
yeah,
flat out sprint.
yeah.
Yeah,
You can see that
100%.
in game, can't you?
Yeah.
Like,
Harry Lennon.
Oh
was up
gosh,
there.
yeah, wow.
Blast from the
Rapid.
past. Yeah, he didn't look like he had it in him, but he'd hit like 10 meters per second, which is
who
rapid.
was strongest bench press?
Why are you fishing for you?
I'm not. I wasn't.
You are.
I
You
wasn't.
absolutely
I
are.
maybe matched it, but I wasn't the strongest. It was
be fair,
actually
I think
global,
it
was
was-
it not? Was it not global?
I think it was.
Did they not get 130?
Yeah, I think
Ollie.
it did,
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
matched them, but
I
I,
was gonna
wasn't
say
part
Ollie.
of
Yeah,
it.
you
I
didn't want to
was-
talk
yeah,
about
I
that
didn't want to
anyway,
talk
did you?
about
'Cause
it.
it was you.
But
Keeper's up there though.
I was
And
going
what
to say,
bench,
then
like,
the
he's
new
a-
boys.
He's got frame on him. To be
Yeah.
fair.
What about between you two then? Who's quickest, who's strongest?
Well, this you know exactly where this is going with the race
Time
that
to
we
leave,
did.
I think.
We did races,
Yeah, we did, I think that was at the first season.
Did you not fall over in the second race? Did you not trip
It
halfway or
was at
something?
the start of the race. We
At
got
the start, that's why I lost.
it.
Yeah, because you
So I
tripped,
slipped,
didn't you?
yeah.
You slipped.
So
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
faster, Owen.
Wow, we have put GPS pods on ourselves.
It didn't look
and
pretty,
sprint-
but he was faster. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. What about
I would
strongest?
go as far as to say that I've seen him shift, and he
Even,
is,
to be
he
fair,
is quicker than you.
It
Yeah.
doesn't
Quicker
look,
than
it doesn't
some
look,
bars.
He's on his toes.
Don't
he's-
look
he's-
nice.
Yeah.
He
That's
goes,
all, but it
yeah.
gets the job done.
Gets it done, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the most
Efficient.
important
Yeah.
thing.
Shouldn't do that with
Yeah.
the pods on. It's just a straight 100-metre race. That's all the lads want to see.
No,
Or
we,
50
we,
metres.
we did that as well.
Yeah, I remember that
Video
one. Did you
evidence of
slip?
that.
Did you slip that year?
We can do it again if you want.
Oh, yeah.
I think we do, yeah.
Matt, video that, please. What about strongest?
I don't know. I think,
I'm backing
I think
myself,
Rich
but-
takes that
Yeah.
on just
Oh,
pure
fair.
strength.
No, I would.
think-
Yeah, I would. I would
But
agree
power,
with that.
doing it quickly.
To be fair, yeah.
I think I'd take that. But pure strength, I think you take
Yeah.
that.
Brilliant. Right, cheers.
Yeah.
Thanks
well
very
done.
much.
Cheers,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you.
Good to be on.
Cheers.